Man is a triad of body, soul, and spirit. Between the body and the spirit, there exists a mediator, the soul. We Gnostics know that the soul is wrapped in a marvelous garment, namely the astral body. Through our Gnostic studies, we know that the astral body is a double organism endowed with marvelous inner senses. The great clairvoyants tell us about the 7 chakras and describe them in complete detail. These chakras are truly the senses of the astral body. These magnetic centers are in intimate correlation with the glands of internal secretion. Within the laboratory of the human organism, there exists 7 constituents subject to a triple system of control. The nerves act as agents of the law of the triangle, a 3-sided effect, and control the glandular septenary, the 7 glands. The 3 different nervous controls that interact among themselves are the following. First, the spinal nervous system, agent of conscious functions. Second, the grand sympathetic nervous system, agent of subconscious, unconscious, and instinctive functions. Third, the parasympathetic nervous system, which collaborates by sustaining and also controlling instinctive functions under the direction of the mind. The spinal nervous system is the throne of the divine spirit. The grand sympathetic system is the vehicle of the astral body. The parasympathetic system obeys the orders of the mind. The rays and the 7 magnetic centers exist in every cosmos, in the infinitely great as in the infinitely small. The 7 most important glands of the human organism constitute 7 laboratories governed by the law of the triangle. Each of these glands has an exponent in each chakra of the organism. Each of the 7 chakras is in intimate correlation with the 7 churches of the spinal marrow. The 7 churches of the spinal column control the 7 chakras of the grand sympathetic nervous system. The 7 churches enter into intense activity with the ascent of the Kundalini through the spinal canal. The wise meditate upon it. The devotees adore it. Kundalini is the enclosed fire that lies within the seminal atoms, the electronic, scorching substance of the sun, that when liberated, fused, transforms us into terrible divine gods. The fire of the heart controls the ascent of the Kundalini. This is the primordial energy enclosed in the Church of Ephesus. This church is located 2 finger-widths above the anus and 2 finger-widths below the genital organs. The divine fiery serpent sleeps within its church, coiled 3.5 times. When the solar and lunar atoms make contact in the triveni near the coccyx, the Kundalini awakens, the igneous serpent of our magical powers. As the fiery serpent ascends through the spinal canal, it activates each of the 7 churches. The chakras of the gonads, sexual glands, are ruled by Uranus, and the pineal gland, situated at the upper part of the brain, is ruled by Neptune. Between this pair of glands, there exists an intimate correlation, and the Kundalini must connect them with its sacred fire in order to achieve inner realization, total enlightenment. Individual study of the chakras, the Muladhara chakra, or the Church of Ephesus. This is the lotus of 4 splendid petals. This chakra shines with the brilliance of 10 million suns. In the center of this chakra, there lies a yellow square representing the element earth, signifying that the element earth of the wise is conquered by the power of this chakra. Within the yellow square appears an inverted triangle that encloses the mysterious cosmic energy known as Kundalini. This is the basic chakra, the foundation upon which the others rest. Kundalini lies coiled 3.5 times, like a physical serpent, and gives power and energy to the other chakras. To open the Muladhara chakra is to awaken the Kundalini. The color of this center is dark red in the common person, yellowish red in the initiate, and reddish blue violet in the mystic initiate. Inside the Sushumna channel, we find a channel called Brahmanadi, through which the Kundalini passes. The lower extremity of Chitra is called Brahmabranda, God, which is the door of God's energy, or Kundalini, through which it must pass toward Brahmarandra, situated in the cerebellum. Chitra is what the yogis most revere. It is a fine thread of 5 colors located in the center of Sushumna. It is the vital part of the body called the superior path and is the giver of immortality. Ida and Pingala are 2 magnetic cords belonging to the sympathetic chain. In men, Ida begins in the right testicle and ends at the left side of the nose. Pingala begins in the left testicle and ends at the right side of the nose. In women, Pingala begins in the ovaries in harmonious inversion according to the law of polarities. Ida begins in the left ovary and Pingala in the right. Those nadis begin in the gonads and unite, crossing the Muladhara chakra with the Sushumna. This point of crossing is called Triveni. The Ida Nadi is also called Chandra Nadi. The Pingala Nadi is also called Surya Nadi. Chandra Nadi, conduit of the moon's energy. Surya Nadi, conduit of the sun's energy. Ida is cold, negative, and pale. Pingala is hot, positive, and bright. Ida and Pingala are the indicators of time. Sushumna absorbs them. Which is to say that Sushumna represents the thermometric column of the fire's ascent. The solar and lunar atoms rise toward the first chakra, bipolarizing into positive and negative respectively. These energies ascend through the sympathetic, tetradimensional channels, Ida and Pingala, toward the chalice of the brain. These 2 sympathetic canals are the 2 serpents that entwine around the staff of the caduceus of Mercury, the great symbol of Paracelsus. Master of the White Brotherhood and father of medical science. This symbol has been adopted by medical science as the symbol of medicine, but esoterically it has always represented one of the most sacred secrets jealously guarded in the schools of mysteries. The Muladhara chakra is located beneath the khanda, situated behind the sexual organs. The khanda resembles an egg and is situated directly above the chakra. The Muladhara chakra is intimately related with the sexual glands and corresponds to the tattva Prithvi. In the inner planes dwells a being related with the Muladhara chakra, Devi Kundalini. To one who asks the nothing, nothing is given. Many devas or masters exist who help and watch over the development of Kundalini and the chakras. The igneous serpent of our magical powers leaves the membranous bag where it was enclosed and ascends through the spinal canal toward the chalice, the brain. From the spinal canal, it sends forth many nerve threads that connect the 7 chakras with the astral body, with the 7 plexuses in the etheric body, and with the 7 glands in the physical body. Kundalini activates the 7 magnetic centers and coordinates the activity of all 7 chakras in marvelous form. We could represent all this as a staff with 7 fragrant, beautiful roses. The staff represents the spinal column, and the 7 roses the 7 chakras or magnetic centers. The delicate stems of these flaming roses are the fine threads that unite them to the spinal column. The acquisition of the fire is the greatest event for the initiate. Of the 4 petals of the magnetic center in which the fiery serpent lies coiled, only 2 are active. With initiation, the other 2 become awakened. The mantra of the Muladhara chakra is Bur. The mantras Dis, Das, Dos are mantras of sexual magic that awaken the Kundalini. They must be vocalized, holding the sound over the vowels and the letter S. The Chakra Svadhisthana or Church of Smyrna. This church is situated in the Nadi Sushumna at the prostate or the uterus in women. Its color is pure blood red. 6 nadis, resembling lotus petals, emanate from this center and control the lower abdomen, kidneys, and related regions. The vibrations produced by these petals are represented by the Sanskrit letters Ban, Jan, Man, Yan, and Lan. This chakra is the dwelling of Apis. In its central chamber lies a crescent moon of extraordinary beauty. The yogi who meditates on this chakra loses the fear of water and learns to rule the elemental creatures of the waters. He also learns to recognize the diverse astral entities. Its function is to receive the vital globules contained in the atmosphere and distribute the energy or prana within them to each of the other chakras through special nadis. The principal mission of this center is to provide vitality to the physical body by charging the system with prana. There is prana of different colors, and the pink variety is the most needed by the human nervous system. Lack of this prana in the organism gives rise to various ailments known as nervous disorders. In man, this chakra governs the sense of taste and controls the functions of the kidneys and the lower abdominal region of the physical body, including the legs. It is analogous to the adrenal glands and exerts influence over them. The masters know that in the center of this chakra there exists a white half-moon mystically related to the water element. When this prostatic or uterine chakra enters into activity, it confers the power to exit the physical body and travel in the astral body at will, in order to investigate the great mysteries of life and death. The elemental deva Varuna is intimately related with this chakra. The mantra of this chakra is Bhuvar. Chakra Manipura, or the Church of Pergamo, continuing the ascent of Mount Meru, or the spinal column according to Eastern esotericism, we arrive at the third checkpoint, the Chakra Manipura. It is also known as the navel lotus, because it is located in the lumbar region behind the navel and is closely related to the solar plexus. To clairvoyant vision, the speed of its vibration appears as dark, water-filled clouds, and it possesses 10 petals. Within it lies a bright red-orange triangular space associated with the fire element and the Tattva Tejas. The deity who rules this chakra is Vishnu, and the goddess Lakshmi is also intimately connected with this marvelous center. The mantra Ram awakens this chakra. Lengthen each part of the sound as follows: Ram. It is possible to invoke the god Agni for assistance in awakening this sacred fire. Agni appears as a newborn child and, when dressed in his finest attire, wears a transparent tunic adorned with marvelous ornaments. Agni's aura radiates both light and music. The prana absorbed and distributed by this chakra governs all digestive functions and the activity of the liver, spleen, pancreas, kidneys, and all glands and organs involved in nutrition and excretion. It is also associated with the menstrual flow in women and influences the visual sense in both sexes. Its physical focal point in the body is the pancreas. This chakra is the brain of the emotions. Within the human organism, it acts as a true power plant. Its receptive center is the umbilicus, while its transmitting antenna is the pineal gland. The mental waves of those who think about us arrive at the umbilical center, the emotional brain, and then pass to the intellectual brain, where those thoughts become conscious in us. This is the basis of telepathy. On planets where humanity has advanced inwardly, this chakra and all others are fully developed in every person. On the planet Mercury, for example, when a citizen emits a bad thought, he is punished for causing a public scandal. This chakra is also one of the forces involved in astral projection. Each chakra has its own pranava, or bija, a Sanskrit seed sound, drawn from the 50 letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. The development of our chakras corresponds to the minor initiations, even when they are not fully awakened. Through the initiations of the higher mysteries, they are completely activated. The work is delicate and requires patience and tenacity. It is the force of the word, the wise manipulation of sound, that acts. Whoever awakens this chakra can heal illnesses of the stomach and liver, since this center is related to those organs. The Manipura chakra has 10 yoga nadis or lotus petals, vibrated by the Sanskrit letters Dam, Tan, Lam, Tham, Sam, Dam, Nam, Pam, Tham, repeating from petal to petal. Within it is a triangle representing Agni or fire. Chakra Anahata, or the Church of Thyatira, located at the level of the heart and related to the cardiac plexus. This chakra sits in the Nadi Sushumna and is of a vivid red color. Within it are 2 intersecting triangles, jet black in color. Within these triangles lies the center of our individual being, the divine flame itself, which shines like the steady point of a lamp. This chakra corresponds to the air element and the Tattva Vayu. The Tattva Vayu governs this chakra. When it is developed, one gains the ability to command the air, and many astral and spiritual faculties emerge. Astral travel, mastery of the jinn states, and numerous tattvic powers. This chakra has 15 nadis, vibrated by the letters Kam, Gam, Nam, Gam, Chum, Kam, Nam, Tham, etc. It governs the sense of touch, the circulatory system, the locomotive system, and the respiratory system. It influences the function of the thymus gland. Its development is intimately connected with the ascent of Kundalini. Its mantra is the prolonged vowel O. O. It is very important to develop this chakra before it becomes cold, otherwise the individual becomes excessively intellectual. Those who meditate on this chakra perceive and hear the anahata sound, intimately related to the fohat. This sound is sensed when the vowel O is pronounced as a sweet and peaceful vibration. This chakra is overseen by two beings or masters called Isha and Devata Kakini. A primary exercise for awakening it is meditation, through which the power of intuition is acquired. Another practice, to be performed between 5 and 6 in the morning, is as follows. Relax, sit comfortably facing the east, visualize a large golden cross radiating its light toward you, reaching your heart. Then begin to vocalize a pure, prolonged O, rounding the lips. Vocalization and meditation develop and unfold this chakra, the sanctuary of love. Love is as pure as the morning star. Love is impersonal, ineffable, and unselfish. Chakra Vishuddha, or church or sardis. This church lies in the Nadi Sushumna, in the larynx plexus, related with the ether element. The correspondent tattva is Akasha. Ascending by the subtle channel within the spinal column is the Vishuddha chakra, or center of great purity, which connects the visible and invisible worlds. This church is associated with an order of beings highly evolved and is the door or entrance to the plane of eternal knowledge. It is situated in the base of the throat at the point of union of the spinal column and the marrow, in the thyroid gland. Its 16 yoga nadis, petals, and its vibrations are represented by 16 Sanskrit letters. Its color is an intense blue. Its development confers to the initiated many powers. The principal one is clairaudience, magic inner ear, or the ability to hear what no other person can hear, with which he can hear in the physical world the sounds produced in the superior dimensions. He is able to hear within himself the words of the superior worlds. This chakra is related with the mental plane. We must learn the wise manipulation of the word. This has relation with the universal word of life. It is necessary to understand that there are deleterious silences and harmful words. The divine master that protects this chakra is Sadasiva. In our bodies is a small organ that could do much good when used constructively, but it could also cause terrible harm when misused. It can put towns and cities aflame and destroy the innocent as well as the guilty. It can bring peace and harmony. That small organ is our tongue. With the development of the larynx chakra, we are able to comprehend the esotericism of all the sacred books, knowing also the past, present, and future of all that exists in the universe. The larynx is a uterus where the word is gestated. The masters create with the power of the word. The Kundalini is creator in the larynx. The mantra of the tattva Akash is Har. There is not doubt that this mantra must be vocalized by the student when meditating in this chakra. Chakra Ashna, or Church of Philadelphia. This chakra lies in the Sushumna channel. In the physical body, it is related with the cavernous plexus in the forehead between the eyebrows. It is also called the spatial sense or third eye. 7. The chakras, Samael Aun Weor. The color of this chakra is of purest white. It is the eye of clairvoyance. In waking up this chakra, the 8 siddhis or major powers and also the 32 lesser powers are obtained. It is intimately related with the hypophysis gland. This chakra contains very important functions and has 96 petals, 48 being pink in color and 48 pale violet. Each one of these colors takes half of the chakra. Because of this, it is being said and described in some books as possessing only 2 petals. The functions of this center are tied up with clairvoyance in the superior planes of the universe, permitting the initiate to carry his investigations even to the atom whose structure can be perceived and analyzed with clarity. In a like manner, the faculties of this chakra permit him to observe a solar system. The technique to obtain such power of vision is more or less the following. The operator alters the size of the chakra until it assumes the dimension of the object to be observed. In this manner, a relationship of equal dimensions forms between the subject and the object, permitting a total and detailed examination. The clairvoyant must be meek, humble, plain, as the fragrant, humble little flower of the field of a starry night. 2 kinds of clairvoyance exists. Objective clairvoyance is the one that a true master possesses and that can never be mistaken. Subjective clairvoyance is the kind that the chakra has when it has not obtained its complete development. If the intuition is not awakened, many errors could be made. The chakras Ajna and Sahasrara are intimately tied together. The Ajna is a small door through which the power of the Sahasrara chakra is manifested. The Ajna is a servant of the Sahasrara. The master that directs this center is Paramasiva, and the mantra that makes this chakra vibrates is Om. Wamom Sahasrara Chakra, or Church of Laodicea. This chakra lies in the superior portion of the head. It is also called the lotus of the 1,000 petals. In reality, it has 972 petals. It is situated at the level of the head's crown, seat of the eye of Dagma. Many powers that allow knowledge all there exist. The 50 letters of the Sanskrit alphabet are repeated incessantly, in harmonious form, from petal to petal. It is of a golden color in the masters. In the rest of people, it has a violet color with yellow in its central part. When it is totally resplendent, it is the symbol of the crown of the masters and saints, and has 12 stars that represent the 12 powers of man. It also has an intimate relationship with the pineal gland. In this region dwells a superior divine atom. The Hindustani wise men ate the chakras. Samael Aun Weor say it is Shiva's dwelling place. In our brain exits 24 atoms that represent the 24 elders of the zodiac. The Kundalini serpent, when awakened, ascends toward the Sahasrara chakra, and reaching it gives illumination and total wisdom, strange powers, and dominion over 2 twin enemies, time and death. In the pineal gland, inside the Sahasrara chakra, the atomic angel of the Holy Spirit shines gloriously radiant. In our brain exist 144.000 angelic atoms that rule all the atoms in our organism. The mantra AUM is of great help and opens the great sympathetic chakras. AUIM, RAAUM, for the pituitary plexus, the center of clairvoyance. AUEM, for the plexus of the thyroid gland, center of the inner ear. AUOM, RAAUOOM, for the heart, center of the intuition. AUM, RAAUUM, for the solar plexus, the telepathic center. For the lungs chakras that allows us to remember our past lives. In Verenseal peace. Samael Aun Weor.